So the panel we had was an equity release led by Equity Release Council by Kelly, very important membership for our area that we operate in. It was all about how we entice and educate brokers into this market and the reason to come into the market and increase their awareness of the opportunities for later life lending. The key takeaway for me is just that. I think there's going to be some areas where it will hinder growth. Around consumer education, around product innovation, but for me the key one to stimulate those two is more broker awareness and more brokers actually talking up about the product and coming into this market. Why are they reluctant? I think there's a myth around the complexities. The certificate that you need to pass is a certificate, so I passed my certificate. Would I be able to advise equity release tomorrow? I would suggest not. I haven't got the expertise. You need to continue the learning journey, so the certificate is just one element. The Equity Release Council provides a large array of educational material that I would direct brokers to. But I think if brokers look at their own client bank, their own business, where their referrals are coming from, I think they won't have to look very far to see the opportunity for later life lending. So those clients, those family members that are approaching the age of 55 with interest-only mortgages, with property wealth, I think they won't have to look very far to see why they should get into this market. There is money to be made, but for me it's all about the consumer outcome. So at the moment those clients may not get serviced if the advisor they choose to do their mainstream mortgage with chooses not to educate themselves around the opportunities in that. I think it's more about the client outcome. We should be concentrating on that. Ultimately, there is money to be made by all brokers in this industry, but it's more about consumer outcomes. It is very topical at the moment. One of the reasons for that is we had a record year. So a lot of news articles around the record year. There's over £6 billion of equity release lending. So it is topical at the moment. But in a very short space of time, that's gone from 1 billion to 6 billion. I'm not an economist, but the growth is clear to see. The demographic of ages, people are living longer. More and more people will be looking at later life lending and how they actually use their property for income and for wealth. So actually, we talk about 6 billion last year. We'll be talking about 10 or 12 billion pounds in years to come. I am an optimist, absolutely. I've worked in mainstream mortgages for the last 4 or 5 years, and a lot of inquiries we get that we couldn't service at the time was about later life lending. So first-time buyers were turning to the bank of mum and dad, bank of granddad and grandma to produce their deposit. That is very common. The average age of first-time buyers is creeping up. They're turning to property wealth and family wealth to secure their deposits. So having seen that, inquiries increase is just one element of the later life market. The amount of interest-only mortgages that are going to come to fruition without a repayment strategy, some do, some don't, but without a repayment strategy, I can see an ever-growing market.